children gather round. Pick out a book, there's magic to be found. Let's open it up and see what's in store. Come hear the tales from the book cart.
Well, hello readers. I am so excited to be here and part of the Tales from the Book Cart. I am a children's book author and I wrote a story called What Are You Going to Do with That Booger? And I want to tell you about how that story came about. I was a teacher and my classroom was on the second floor in the building. I'd have to walk down the stairwell all the time past the kindergarten room. One day I overheard the kindergarten teacher say, "So, what are you going to do with that booger?" And I stopped and then I started laughing and giggling, thinking, how would a child answer that question? So I wrote a story about that. It is called What Are You Going to Do with That Booger? And it's written by Roxy Humphrey and illustrated by Marina Samel. The teacher noticed a little child sitting near the side of the group. He was playing with something sticky. All the students heard the teacher ask, "So what are you going to do with that booger?" "Can I keep it?" asked Mason. "No," said the children. "No," replied the teacher, smiling. "Can I hide it?" asked Mason. I bet you know what the kids are going to say. "No," said the children. "No," calmly replied the teacher. "Can I share it?" asked Mason. "No," said the children. You notice the no's are getting bigger? "No," replied the teacher using a firm voice. "Can I play with it?" asked Mason. "No," said the children. "No," replied the teacher, now looking very worried. "Can I eat it?" asked Mason. "No," shouted the children. "No," replied the teacher in a louder voice. Once again, the students heard their teacher ask the child, "So what are you going to do with that booger?" Mason looked at his friends and then at his teacher. After thinking really hard, he asked, "Can I put it in a tissue and throw it away?" "Yes," shouted all the children and the teacher together. Everyone had smiles on their faces, with their teacher having the biggest smile of all. Now, when I was a teacher, readers, I always used picture books to help me either help kids learn something or to show something. So I bet you can figure out what Mason should do next. That's called predicting. Can you think what it would be? You're right, he should wash his hands. That's the next step for Mason. Now, another little funny thing about the story is that when I first wrote it, I wrote, "Said the child," asked the student. I didn't name him, but one of my boys, whose name is Mason, said, "Mom, when I was little, I was your biggest booger picker of all. Name the boy after me." And I did. So that is how Mason became a part of the story. The other thing, readers, I'm hoping you realize, did you notice Mason asked a lot of questions? He really didn't know. So he asked questions and found out what he was to do. So I want to encourage you, readers, if you want to know something or you need to learn something, ask a lot of questions. You never know. It could be like Mason and learn the right answer. So I hope you enjoyed What Are You Going to Do with That Booger? And I hope you keep reading, because reading is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Come hear the tales from the book cart.